Morgana plans to create Christmas chaos. She has made a Christmas golem. And today we test another march, the KOA recommended march, against the no infantry march and see which one comes up tops. Shall we go have a look? There's the Christmas golem. Hey guys, Pokemountain here from twitch.tv/Pokemountain, bringing you another Learning Corner video for the Golem. Today we're going to be testing out KOA's very own recommended Golem march versus the current best march, the no infantry march. So what we've got here, I'll show you the two formations that we're going to be utilizing today. This is the standard no infantry march, the one that is currently sitting in the lead for which is the best march against the Golem. And you'll see I've got 76,000 tier 9 bowmen, 76,000 tier 8, tier 10 and tier 9 bowmen, 76,000 of each. And then I've got 102,000 of the tier 8 cavalry. Why tier 8 cavalry versus tier 9 or tier 10? Simply because tier 8 cavalry get a boost to their attack against infantry, and the Golem is considered infantry. So the tier 8 cavalry actually perform better than the T9 or the T10 cavalry when it comes to attacking the Golem. So there's our 255,000 troops. Okay. Then the second march, this is the KOA recommended march. And before we actually go, I just want to show you where it is so that you can see it for yourself. If you go to news and recommended and you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see Kingdom Threat. You go into that. And if you scroll down to roughly the middle, you'll see this section. The attacks are performed solo, not rally, with a maximum of 10 hits per player. Hits on the Golem vary by march, capacity, size, troop tier, and skills. Use a mix of bowmen and cavalry, all tiers, but more of the higher level. Include 1,000 infantry of each tier and 5,000 tier 9 distance siege. Lower amounts for the lower tier distance siege. Now, it's been pointed out to me that we were reading this incorrectly, that it isn't if you don't have tier 9 to put your 5,000 in the next lowest tier. What it is you're going to put 5,000 in your highest tier distance siege, whatever it is. In this case, they're ideally recommending tier 9. And you will put, for each distance siege type of troop you have, you will put some in there, but lower than the 5,000, lower than the number of the 5,000 number of troops. Okay. Do not use any tower and ram siege troops. They are very slow and incremental damage is low. Infantry helps get higher damage on each Golem hit. Right. So that is why we have created this other march. Now the KOA guys don't specifically say how big or how many you should put in each tier other than the 1,000 infantry and the 5,000 tier 9 distance siege. But let's have a look what I've done. Okay, so it did say in the highest level or in the higher levels, put more cavalry and bowmen. So I've got 1,000 infantry of every single tier from tier 1 to tier 10. And then here I've got 25,000 cavalry for tier 10, 52,000 knight bowmen. Again, 1,000 infantry, 25,000 cavalry, and 50,000 bowmen. So the top two tiers of cavalry and bowmen, I've given them both 25,000 and 50,000. Then there's the tier 9 distance siege. I've got 5,000 units, 1,000 of every cavalry. And then what I did is I've split it up to give 5,000 cavalry and 5,000 bowmen all the way down in each tier. So if you go through the tiers, you'll see, obviously, tier 8 siege is not distance, so we haven't put any troops in there. But you'll see 1,000 infantry of every tier and 5,000 cavalry, 5,000 bowmen. There's more distance siege. I put 2,000 distance siege for each of the lower level tiers. So that is exactly what we've got along here. And once again, that gives us our 255,000 march. Now, something to note, this KOA recommended march only has a troop power of 17 million. Compared to the no infantry march, which has got a troop power of 20 million. So we're going to see how effective that is. One more thing to take note of is because it's the Christmas golem, there's a slight difference to how it works. As Christmas comes closer, even the Golem of Morgana has decked itself out in Christmas cheer and carries a special holiday reward: Santa's surprise chest. Attack the Christmas Golem to earn Santa's surprise chests. Open the chests for a chance to win a Christmas-themed stronghold. Take up arms and resist the Christmas Golem. Event duration is obviously for today only. So that's interesting. We might be able to get a new skin out of it. It might be a one-day skin or a temporary skin. It might be that snow globe skin that we just saw during the Christmas shop event. Not sure, but we'll give it a try and see. So let's have a look here. I have activated my boosts and that sort of thing. So if I go to accolades now, you can see here, accolades. My 4 labyrinths, 1, 2, 3, 4 are all active. I've still got 4 days remaining on these 3 and 6 days remaining on this one. So all 4 of those are active, and I have selected my strongest frame in terms of troop attack or army damage and that sort of thing. So troop attack plus 5%. Then if I go to my city buffs, you'll see I've got my attack boost for the 12 hour duration is set. March capacity for 2 hours is increased. My heroes, I have got Sir Gawain in his spot, ready to go. And that's about it. Again, if you are spending any money, make sure that you, also spending any gold, sorry, make sure that you come here. You go to the store and you can purchase yourself the Crown of Command, which will increase your March capacity by 15%. And the Battle Blade, which will increase your troop health, attack, and defense by 15%. If you want to, and you don't quite have the 2,000 gold, you can always drop it down to the Dragon Blade, temporary Dragon Blade. It's only 8 hours, but it does the same thing. It gives you the 15%. It gives you also the dragon effects in your castle, which won't matter to you right now, but it does give you the 15%, and it costs 1,800 gold, so slightly cheaper. Okay. And I think that's about it. We still got to use our colossal stamina, but we will use it just before we begin because it does only last for 30 minutes. Right, so now what we've got to do is we've got to find our way to the golem and find out where are we going to stand in order to attack it so that we have enough time to switch out our heroes to Oberon. Right, so the golem is there. We will probably... let's teleport to here. Perfect. And now let's see the distance to the golem. Should be a good amount of distance. Where is the golem now? The golem is down here then. I lost the golem for a second there. Alright, so let's see how long it's going to take us. Alright, this is an 11-second march. So that means I've got to be a bit quick to switch over my heroes. If you are doing the Crown of Command and the blade itself, remember you need at least 20 seconds to be able to switch heroes and the Crown of Command and blade around. So please just bear that in mind. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to boost our colossal stamina, our colossal march. And we're going to start off. We will speed this up like we always do. We'll do 5 of the one and then 5 of the other. We will compare it on the Excel spreadsheet and see just how well it holds up. Alright, so here we go. Colossal March activated. And we will throw all the extra troops into bowmen because we do know they do more damage. So irrespective of which formation it is, we will add it to the bowmen. Alright, so we're going to increase our bowmen there. And we're going to say... March. Heroes. Appoint heroes. And click there, replace. Right. And that's our first hit. And I will see you guys back after 5 hits. Right, so that's our 5 marches done using the no infantry. Now we are going to be attacking utilizing the KOA recommended, and again we will throw the extra number of troops into the bowmen. And once again, I will speed this up so that you don't have to sit there watching this for the next couple of minutes boringly. Okay, and there we have it. We've done our 10 attacks. So, let's go have a look at the results of these attacks and see if the KOA recommended holds up or not. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 5 are the KOA recommended, and these 5 are our Christmas Golem. Right, so the first 5 we got 4.48 million, 4.7 million, 4.6 million, 4.9 million, and 4.6 million again. The next 5, we got 5.8 million, 5.8 million, 5.8 million, 5.8 million, 5.8 million. Right, let's go look at the spreadsheets and see just how big of a difference that turned out to be. Okay guys, we're back, and here we have the results of the 10 marches. And just to explain something to you quickly, the reason why we keep all the previous results is simply because we are using Brutus and Dendrain. Now, Brutus and Dendrain, as well as our critical march, each have a chance of increasing the damage. So on a day like today, for example, where the Brutus and Dendrain obviously didn't do as well as it did with the last Golem march, we can still compare it with previous ones to see where we stand. So in this first column here, you can see the no infantry latest. Let me just quickly switch this to the other screen so I can show you properly. Okay, so in this column here, you can see the infantry latest. This is what we did today. We got 4.4 million, 4.7 million, 4.6 million, 4.9 million, and 4.6 million. Didn't do as well as it did on the last Golem march. But again, we have a 30% chance of critical, and we have a 20% chance of Brutus's ability triggering. So generally speaking, 1 in 50 attacks is going to be maximized out to your maximum damage. And you're going to have days where they are better and days where they aren't as good. So we still have today's result. On average, with the no infantry march at 4.6 million damage. Then we got the KOA recommended march, and I must admit I was shocked personally at how big of a difference this actually is. 5.8 million, 5.8 million, 5.8 million, 5.8 million, and 5.8 million. If we compare that to all the different types of marches we've done before, the 10-40-40 split, just bowmen, no infantry at its best, gave us an average of 4.999 million. This still outdid that. The best we've received, the KOA recommended, still outdid that at an average of 886,000 per march. This means I would have gotten, if I did all 10 marches using the KOA recommended, if the average stayed the same, I would be on 58 million damage, as opposed to my second highest I've ever received, 49 million damage. It is an astronomical difference. It's mind-blowing how big of a difference this is. So, we have a new best Golem March winner. Again, let me show you what exactly I had in that march, so that you yourself can be prepared for doing it yourself as well. Okay? So, just to have a quick look there. Let's go back to the march. So what did we have? We had 1,000 of every single infantry type that there is, from tier 1 up to tier 10. We put 25,000 in the top 2 tiers of cavalry. We put 50,000 basically of the top 2 tiers of bowmen. Then below that, every distance siege equipment, we put 2,000 units in those. We put 5,000 cavalry and 5,000 bowmen of every lower tier. So from tier 1 to tier 8, what we have is 1,000 infantry, 5,000 cavalry, 5,000 bowmen. And if it's distance siege equipment, we have 2,000 of those units. At tier 9, I went with 50,000 bowmen, 25,000 cavalry, again 1,000 infantry. And in tier 10, we went with 50,000 or 52,000. Remembering that we put the extra in the bowmen. The extra from the 10% colossal march we put into the highest bowman. 50,000 there and 25,000 to the cavalry. And it made a huge, huge difference. I hope you get to watch this video in time before you do your Golem march and you can hopefully succeed. Now, one last thing we need to check. Excuse me. Was I lucky enough to get a new stronghold skin? Let's go and claim each of our prizes quickly and see what we get. Okay, so there's Lord XP. There's Lord XP. There's Lord XP. You know, it actually might only come, those Santa presents might only come after rewards for the Golem are sent out, actually, come to think of it. Let's just go through here, collect each of these. And I've been asked before, how does the game decide how many of these Lord XPs to send out? And the honest truth to you is, I don't know. I do not know. I'm gonna reach out to one of the mods and ask them how it varies, because there's a player that did send me his reports. He did far less damage. He was doing 2 million damage on average, but he was getting more Lord XP from it than I was. So I'm not sure exactly how that works. So I'm going to reach out to a mod and see if maybe one of them can answer the question for me. Okay, well, obviously nothing there. So it will probably be coming out when they give out the Golem rewards at the end of the day. Right, so let's just have one more quick look at the Golem itself. Damage ranking. I'm currently ranked number 8 in my kingdom with 52 million. I still would have been 8 even if I got the 58 million, because the next highest or the next step up is on 59 million. But yeah, it makes a big difference. It makes an astronomical difference. So bear that in mind going forward. We have a new winner. And we will be testing this guy out against a new march on the next Golem attack. If you like this video and you learned anything from it, and if you used it in your Golem march and you increased your points or anything like that, please drop a comment down below. Tell me what the difference is from your old Golem march to your new Golem march. Did you get more points? Have you ranked up higher and that sort of thing? Let me know down below. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. It helps me out immensely. Consider hitting the subscribe and the bell notification icon so that you will know whenever I publish one of these sorts of videos. And you can be aware at any given time of new things happening to the game and improve your game in even minor little ways or major ways. Until the next video, guys, be good, be well, and be safe. Bye.